The Story of the Munsters, 2022, mad scientist, Dr. Henry Augustus Wolfgang, and his hunchbacked assistant, Floop, rob graves for body parts to build an experimental creation. Floop accidentally steals the head of hacky comedian, Shecky von Rathbone, instead of Shecky's astrophysicist brother, Shelley, whom Wolfgang wanted because he was considered the smartest man in the world. Wolfgang uses electricity to give life to his Frankenstein creation, which Floop names Herman Munster. Seeking revenge on her ex-husband, the Count, Romani Zoya Krupp entrances the Count's werewolf son, Lester, who is deeply in debt to Zoya, to come to her tent. Under threat of losing his head, Lester agrees to Zoya's plan to have the Count sell her his Transylvanian castle so she can turn it into a casino and theme park. Lester calls his father with the proposal, but the Count immediately dismisses his deadbeat son's latest scheme. Over breakfast served by his faithful servant, Igor, the Count talks with his 150-year-old vampire daughter, Lily, about her unsatisfying love life and disappointing recent date with Count Orlok. Lily and the Count then watch the TV show Good Morning Transylvania with host Ezra Musher. Ezra's guest, Dr. Wolfgang, unveils Herman Munster live on the air. Wolfgang is disgusted to discover Herman is a bumbling brute with a goofy sense of humor when he begins performing a stand-up comedy routine. However, Lily falls in love with Herman's unusual personality. As Herman becomes a celebrity with Floop acting as his manager, Lily goes to see him perform with his band the Punk Rods at Zoya's nightclub, Zombie A Go-Go. Herman immediately falls for Lily when they meet backstage. The two of them agree to a dinner date the following night at the Count's castle. The Count takes an instant disliking to Herman due to his dim-wittedness. After Herman and Lily take their date to the cemetery outside, the Count begins scheming with Igor to use a magic spell to get rid of Herman. The Count later tries to conjure a new mate for Lily, but his potion inadvertently summons a semi-sentient chimp instead. A week of dating culminates in Herman and Lily vacationing at Devil's Island Penal Colony. Herman proposes marriage and Lily accepts, which greatly frustrates her disapproving father. Herman meets Lester for the first time at his wedding. With Herman as the new head of the household, Lester manipulates him into signing over the castle's deed to Zoya by promising a lucrative business venture. Following their marriage ceremony, Herman and Lily honeymoon in Paris. On the trip, Herman captures a creature that had been haunting the city's sewers. Herman and Lily adopt the monster as a pet who they name Spot. After Zoya serves him with an eviction notice, the Count angrily confronts Herman. Lily rolls her eyes when she learns Herman fell for one of Lester's schemes, leaving all of them without a home. By watching TV personality, Zombo, Herman gets the idea that they can get a fresh start by moving to Hollywood, where Herman can become a famous star. The Count transforms Igor into a bat so he can join them on the trip to California. Realtor Barbara Carr takes Herman, Lily, and the Count on a brief tour of Hollywood before taking them to Mockingbird Heights. Barbara shows the Munsters a model home, but the trio insists on buying a dilapidated old house at the 1313 address. Herman, Lily, and the Count join their neighbors for a Halloween block party. Unaware of the holiday's customs, the Munsters assume they are partying with other freaks and weirdos. The residents assume the Munsters are wearing costumes and award them a $1,500 contest prize. Herman leaves the house for his first day of work carrying corpses at the Gateman, Goodberry, and Graves funeral parlor. Getting his first look at Mockingbird Heights outside of Halloween, Herman retreats in shock when he sees that they live among normal people in an idyllic suburb. Lily and the Count are equally horrified. Lester arrives at the house unexpectedly. Although the Munsters are initially unhappy to see him, Lester presents Herman with a check for his portion of gambling money that Lester won in Vegas using Zoya's payment for the Count's castle. Herman and the Munsters excitedly realize they are now rich.